Africa and Islam, a update almost nobody tells properly. When people talk about Islam, they talk about the Middle East, they talk about Arabs, they almost never mention Africa. Yet Africa is home to more Muslims than the entire Arab world combined. Let me tell you the high update the world consistently ignores: the numbers. Over 600 million Muslims live in Africa today. Nigeria alone has over 100 million Muslims. Ethiopia has over 50 million. Add Senegal, Mali, Niger, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Sudan, and Somalia, and the picture is undeniable. Africa is home to more Muslims than any other continent on earth, yet it is almost entirely absent from the global conversation about Islam. The first refuge of Islam. Islam arrived in Africa before it arrived almost anywhere else in the world. When the early Muslim community was being persecuted in Mecca, the Prophet Muhammad sent them to seek refuge in Ethiopia under the Christian king Ashama ibn Abjar, known throughout the region for his extraordinary justice and fairness. He protected the early Muslims completely and refused to hand them back to their Meccan persecutors. The Prophet said of him, "In Abyssinia there is a king who wrongs no one." Africa was Islam's first refuge. Long before Islam reached Persia or Central Asia or Europe, Africa opened its arms. Timbuktu. By the 14th century, when the Malian emperor Mansa Musa made his famous pilgrimage to Mecca, bringing so much gold that he temporarily crashed the gold markets of Egypt, African Islam was already one of the most sophisticated expressions of the faith on earth. Timbuktu in Mali was one of the great intellectual centers of the medieval Islamic world. At its peak, the city had over 180 Quranic schools and a university at the Sankor Mosque, attracting scholars from across the Muslim world. Tens of thousands of manuscripts on theology, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and law were produced there. The Sokoto Caliphate. The Sokoto Caliphate, founded in northern Nigeria in 1804 by the scholar and reformer Usman Dan Fodio, was one of the largest Islamic states in Hiupdate. It governed millions of people with a developed legal system, a strong emphasis on education, and a tradition of female Islamic scholars that was truly remarkable for its time and place. African Islam today. African Islam today is richly diverse. Sufi traditions in West Africa. East African coastal Islam shaped by centuries of Indian Ocean trade. North African scholarly traditions going back over 1,000 years. Each expression uniquely shaped by its cultural context, while remaining connected to the same core faith and the same one God. This is what Islam looks like at its best. Not one culture, not one ethnicity, one faith expressed through the full, extraordinary breadth of human civilization across an entire continent. Like, if this surprised you, share with someone who thinks Islam is only Arab. Subscribe. Truth every day. I'm Noor. This is Islam with Noor. Thank you for listening.